Good afternoon, welcome to Interesting Talks with Footprints Counselling Service. Today's talk is going to be about what you think is what you become. What you think is what you become. William Shakespeare famously said, life can be heaven or hell depending on how you think about it. At the end of this video, I'll give you some tips how to control negative thinking and how to promote positive thinking. As normal, like, share, leave comments on YouTube or on Facebook. On YouTube, there's a button that you can press to notify you when my videos come out, and you'll be one of the first people to be able to watch it. Anxiety affects the body and it affects the mind. And I'll give you an example of how one can feel an anxiety form of attack compared to a non-anxiety attack. So let's say you're at a party or you just decide for a bit of fun to spin around quite fast. You will feel dizzy, you will feel off balance, but you might enjoy the experience. Whereupon if you're having an anxiety attack, you will have the same feelings of feeling dizzy, off balance, and your heart probably racing, and you'll feel extremely uncomfortable. You'll feel dreadful. That's what anxiety attacks do. Another example of how our mind can trick us into feeling different feelings is what I will call, or is called, the placebo effect. Now, medical trials, they give people the real drugs and they give people fake drugs, and out of the two, they work out if this drug is really effective or if it's just the mental state that's solving the problem. So if you've got a headache, for example, and you take an aspirin, within 15 minutes, the chances are the headache would have gone. If you take a sugar-coated pill and believe it's an aspirin, after 15 minutes, the headache should have gone. That's the placebo effect. So you can see how powerful the mind is. If it believes something, it will follow through. What you think and how you think affects how you behave. So if you say to yourself that you can't do something, the chances are you won't be able to do it. If you say you can do it, there's a strong possibility that you will achieve your objective. It's that simple. It's not rocket science. But every day we do forget to take that on board. If you think about how often you think, then I'll tell you this. You have 70,000 thoughts a day. That is from the National Science Foundation in the United States of America. 70,000 thoughts a day. And to add more to that, 95% of those thoughts are the same thoughts you had the day before that, the day before that, the day before that, the day before that. They're recurring thoughts. So only 5% are new thoughts. So if you could introduce new thoughts into your mind, into your psyche, positive ones at that, you have a good chance of increasing your ability to be a happy person, a successful person in life. Positive thinking gets positive results. Negative thinking is the reverse. You get negative results. It's just that simple. So there was a time when Tony Robbins went to interview Nelson Mandela, obviously after he was released, and he asked him, how did you manage to survive 27 years in prison? And Nelson Mandela braced himself, looked thoughtful, and he answered in this manner: I didn't survive in prison, I prepared for it. Now look how powerful that statement is. I didn't survive in prison for 27 years, I prepared for it. Now the difference between survival and preparedness is quite explicit. So when you're surviving, you will feel anxious, you'll feel angry, you'll possibly feel hurt, and you'll feel nervous. Whereby if you're preparing for something, you've got a totally different outlook. You'll feel calm, you feel ready for the challenges, you've got an idea of what you're facing, and you've got a plan to deal with the situation. Which, if you are just fearful, total different response, total different outcome. So think about that. So if you can try some of these exercises, give yourself a self-talk. Tell yourself that you can cope with the situation. Tell yourself that you are okay. don't think of negative things. Try to expel them from your mind. As a thought comes in that's negative, hit it with a positive thought. Okay? Maybe try some meditation. That can help you also to focus your mind in a positive way. Now, focus is another example. Focus on things that you want to achieve. Focus on positive things. If you're feeling fearful, all you would get is more fear. And it's like a never-ending cycle. If you focus on the positive things that you want to achieve, positive things that you've done, then you yourself will start to gravitate towards the positive outcomes that you're looking for in your life. Another one is your physiology. So when our heart rate goes to like 150 beats per minute, which is when we're stressing out, when we've got anxiety, or we're feeling really stressed, part of our executive brain gets locked off, and we go to our primeval state of flight and fight syndrome. So flight and fight syndrome, which is, again, a lot of cortisol is released into your system, but more importantly, you're not able to access the executive part of your brain, which is where you make your decisions. So a way to cure that is to take 6 to 8 deep breaths. Really use your diaphragm to draw in air, hold it for 4 or 5 seconds, then totally release it. And if you can repeat this 6 to 8 times, your heart rate will come down and you'll feel control of yourself, and you'll be able to access your executive thought processes. So today is a bit of a short talk, but the key points what I'm trying to say in this talk are: your thoughts control your actions, control your judgments. Your judgments lead you to make actions. So if you can control your thoughts, you can control your actions. You can control how you feel about yourself. Now, we all get lots and lots of negative thoughts unconsciously bombarding us daily. But we need to counteract them with positive thoughts daily. All of this will take practice, but practice is the way to go, because lots of people are living unfulfilled lives and are unhappy with their life. And they don't necessarily know or think about ways to counteract it. But there are ways. Self-talk. Talk to yourself. It's not an act of madness. It's a good thing to do, especially when you're giving yourself positive affirmations. Focus on where you want to go, what you want to do, how you want to achieve whatever it is you want to achieve. But focus on positive things. Do not focus on negative things, because they will keep perpetuating themselves. And when you find yourself in a stressful situation, do the deep breathing technique. Bring your heart rate down to its normal level. Then you've got access to your executive thinking. I myself practice these things, and it helps me to keep control of myself. It works. But what you need to do is practice it before an event takes place that's going to knock you off balance, that's going to take you out of your comfort zone within yourself, so that when you do need it, then you're ready. It becomes second nature. So if anybody you know would have use to this video, would find it useful, please share it with them. Watch it again maybe yourself, so you get all the salient points, so you can practice what I'm telling you. And till next time, take care of yourself, stay positive, and bye for now.